In this video, we will discuss about the tangible resources, plant and equipment, the material, and also the intangible resources labor.
Competitive advantage occurs when a company uses its resources to develop organization competencies. A company resources are assets owned by the firm that are used as input for production. The resources can be further categorized as tangible, intangible, or labor and are not necessarily found within the confines of financial ledgers or among other official documents of the firm. Tangible resources are the assets that physically exist in the form of plant, equipment, and material, as well as financial assets, including cash, security, and borrowing capacity, are considered tangible resources. Plant and equipment. Plant and equipment are one of the key resources of construction companies in venturing into international businesses. To gain competitive advantage in venturing into international businesses, construction companies should develop a good understanding about client requirements, project detail, and therefore provide them with superior products or services. The better understanding of the international project will assist the manager in construction equipment selection. Having the appropriate type and size of plant and equipment often reduce the required amount of time to complete the work since the job site productivity of a project is increased. Besides, the construction equipment industry is one of the largest and fastest growing market. The construction companies that own a new mechanism or innovative equipment will have a stronger competitive advantage to conduct business in international construction market due to its advanced technology.
Besides plant and equipment, material present a major expense in construction, so minimizing procurement on purchase costs present important opportunities for reducing costs. Without proper management of material, project can fall behind schedule or can become unprofitable. So what is construction material? Construction materials includes manufactured products such as components, fittings, items of equipment and system, naturally occurring materials such as stone, timber, and thatch, and backfilling for excavation in connection with building works. So we also can categorize construction material as one of the tangible resource, which is important as it acts as one of the strengths of construction company in venturing international business. Example of construction material will be concrete, wood, steel, stone, textile, bricks, bamboo, and more. Material management. Material management is important element in project planning and control, as it helps keep project on schedule by ensuring that the demand of project resource is met and also maximize the utilization of resource from project to project. So this is the advantages of material management. Material management will help construction project to minimize purchase costs. Second, it will also reflect to reduce project costs. Third, time saving, as if you have a good material management, the availability of material may greatly influence the time schedule in this project. If you manage to have a good management regarding the availability of material, so your project schedule will continuously follow the plan. And lastly is ensure consistency. Last but not least is the pure material management can lead to large and unavoidable material costs during construction. Material may deteriorate during storage. Material can be stolen unless special care is taken. 4th, delay and extra expenses. Number 5 is schedule of project will be disturbed. So this is one of the effect if the construction companies have a poor material management. Construction company that have a good material management, which is resource that act as one of the strength of construction company in venturing into international business, do give some impact and will help them to handle a project in a good manner because of this material management.
Intangible resources. Intangible resources are those assets that a company owns but do not have a physical form. Although intangible resources do not exist physically, nor they are recorded on financial statements, they have greater value than tangible resources for the majority of firms. Intangible resources include technological assets such as the patents, copyright and trade secret, reputation and corporate culture.
Now I will discuss about the labor resources. So, what is labor? The word labor, often called a non-physical labor such as working in a factory or constructing a building, but normally it can refer to any human input which involved in the production of a good or service. This broader definition of labor is particularly important in today's technology-driven business environment, which has become to rely much more on the intellectual contribution of the labor force than the physical force in production line. Intellectual contribution include experience in and out of school, training, skill, and natural ability. Basically, labor can be categorized in many different ways. First is the skilled labor. The most basic is unskilled labor that does not require any training. It usually refers to manual labor such as site worker. The next is semi-skilled labor that requires some education of training. An example is manufacturing job. Labor is also categorized by the nature of the relationship with employer. Most workers are wage employees. This means they are supervised by a boss. They also receive a set of month wage, of day wage, as well as benefit. Besides, contract labor is when the contract specifies the work to be produced. It's up to the worker to define how it gets done. The amount paid is either commission or a set of fee for the work. Hence, in other words, labor can be said that include both physical and mental work undertaken for some monetary reward. Any physical or mental work which is not undertaken for getting income but simply to attain happiness is not labor. Labor brings creativity and innovation to business. Business use human creativity to address change in consumer preference and invent goods and services that consumers haven't even imagined yet. Without creativity, innovation would stall and economy would stagnate. Actually, many of Malaysian construction companies have already shown the ability to use labor resources more productively when executing the project. Thus, it creates a quality competitive advantage in international construction.
In conclusion, it is important for a construction company to determine its mission and long-term objective to go international. The company's resources is the key success factor in determining the strategy to venture into international construction projects.